I am resetting the NHL to a fantasy draft and will be selecting 20 players to build my team. For today's challenge, each pick must be making more than the previous. Once all the picks have been made, we will assemble the lines and simulate through the franchise mode. Can we please win a Stanley Cup? What team are we gonna represent for today's draft? It is the Atlantic All-Stars. I don't understand how this keeps happening. I should honestly buy a lottery ticket. I feel like I have a better chance of winning that than a Stanley Cup. Anyway, let's go ahead and try that one more time. The Boston Bruins, the big bad ones. Jabroni, your time is up. You've had too many chances and you failed. I feel like this draft is going to be insanely tough, and we're definitely going to end up taking some 78 overall punishments. Maybe once we get to the final picks, there will still be some players making like the 7 mil range, but honestly, I don't think so. I don't know what draft pick I even want here. I'm going to manifest 20 because I think that that would kind of work out well for us. Or maybe not. I have no idea. Ooh, very close. ELC, you know me. We gotta find somebody on that contract. Oh man, Dylan Guenther at 895 is gonna be a perfect second pick, but I don't think he'll still be there. Oh, wait a minute. He might be a good first pick. All right. Our first selection of this draft is going to be Dylan Guenther, and hopefully one of those guys is still around next time. Ooh, we've got some options, actually, because we still have Faber. Marco Rossi's also making 865. What was Guenther? I think he was 8.9, so Rossi's already out of the equation, unfortunately. Yeah, Faber at 925 is actually going to work out quite well. That's unfortunate. Luke Hughes would have been a great pick. Is there any good goalies making like 1 mil? I guess we could jump up to 1.2 with the cord, but that seems like a big leap already. I don't know that we have much of a choice, however. Sorted by salary, evidently. Should have went the other way. I just want to take one more player before Decord, and then he will be good, but he will hopefully still be there. Maybe he won't. At 950K, we're going to go with Maxime. 84 overall. We'll take it. Joey Decord is still here. That works out quite well. I think that it was good to get a player in between, but yeah, we're ready now. 1.3, 1.4, anybody? If we could get both of these guys, it would be amazing because it's just a small difference, but will Zetterlund still be there by our next pick is the real question. Hopefully. Oh yeah, he's still here. I love that I'm celebrating an 84 overall as our, what, 6th pick? I'm just dealing with the constraint here. We've got a couple of good players right here. And also Cam York down there at 1.6 is solid. I think that's the strategy. Let's go for Cam York, and then we'll try to get one of those two. Maybe both if we're really lucky. Jake Evans is still here, so at least we get one of them. 1.7. Our cap space is insane. I think I should maybe start doing a bit of an exponential jump here. But the only thing is, I don't want to run out of players too fast. I'm trying to find like the happy medium so that we don't run out of players at all, but maybe I'm being a little bit too defensive. It's so hard to tell. That's the thing. I can take Allen as our backup 1.9, and then we will basically be ready for 2 milli players. Actually, sorting by salary and scrolling through like this has kind of opened my eyes. I think we do have some room to start being more aggressive, so I should do that. And as I say that, I'm not making a big jump because we're going for Ethan Bear here at 2065. Not bad. And then another small jump to Freddie Gaudreau. I'm sorry. You know what? Screw it. We're making the jump here to 2.7 for Nason. And then I'm also going to grab Riley Smith at 3.1. So we're stocking up on 84 overall players. It would be sick to get Jamie Benn in the last round, but I don't know if he will last that long. That's the thing. Brandon Tanev. Sure, why not? $4 million for Nick Leddy. He's 83 overall. We actually have 3 right-handed defensemen already, so I do need left-handed defensemen, which doesn't happen too often. That's a good in-betweener right there. Jason Dickinson, 4.2, center/left wing. Welcome aboard, man. A defensive defenseman, 4.6. Let's go, Alexiak. And that finishes our decor. Oh, you're kidding me. We don't really have a whole lot of options here. Charlie Coyle is that guy, 5.2. We are going to have an insane amount of cap space remaining. I'm just trying to think here. Josh Anderson, he's 82 overall. Like, we could go for Taylor Hall and Gallagher instead. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. And worst case Ontario, if Gallagher's gone, we should still have Killorn there. Gallagher is gone. Oh, boy. Killorn, our final pick. We didn't have to take any forfeits. I mean, he's only 4 overall better than a forfeit, but my faith in this team, minimal. Maybe they'll surprise me. Evan Dubnyk. Hands off, pal. Look at this dumpster fire. At least we got a +2 on the first line. We don't really deserve it, but it's there. We do have 2 snipers, Genther and Smith. I moved Maxime up to the first line because he's a playmaker. Zetterlund is a 2-way forward. He can be on the second line. Then we have 2 two-way forwards with a sniper there instead of our first. My camera just randomly shut off again. I think I just reset it. So that's good news because we won't lose too much of our face cam there, hopefully. Once again, this is why we don't let Jabroni cook, because Cam York was down here and then I just promoted him and we get a +2. That seems a little bit better. Joey Decord, our starting goaltender. Let's go have some conversations. Maybe we can get the chemistry up at least. I just realized that Taylor Hall is not in the lineup. Who's the imposter? Did we didn't take Anderson, did we? No, because we wanted to go for the Gallagher. Now I'm very confused. Yeah, I don't think we took Anderson at 5.5. That doesn't sound right. So I'm going to go ahead and send him, actually, you and Wallander. Get out of here. Well, this sucks because I just had a bunch of conversations. What if I move Taylor Hall? Yeah, it affects that line, but I feel like it has to be done. I can't play him on the 4th. I don't know. What do you think? Does this team stand a chance? I'm going to go with no. Defensively, we have decent chemistry now, if nothing else, so that's nice. Dylan Genther gets the most points with 61. And the team finishes with 32 wins. That seem about right. Let's see. Obviously, I don't expect to win the Stanley Cup with this draft. It was more so just to see what the team looks like and if it was even possible, which it was. We did it. We're getting a little bit into the season here. Maybe I could try to talk to the lads again and see what they're thinking. Was I maybe a little too bold saying we're going to get 31 to whatever I said wins? Very likely. Finally had some breakthroughs. So we got a +3 on the first and second line, +2 down here for our third line. It's still not good, obviously. On defense, we got 3-3-1. Very decent. Not the overalls, though. Well, to be honest with you, our defensive core might actually be the best part of this team, which is sad. I'm kind of entertained because I want to finish last. I want to be dead last in the league. That's my new objective. And of course, we go on a 4-game winning streak. Turn the season around. All right, what's going on here? A 6-game win streak? 7? What are we doing? Thank you, Colorado, finally for humbling us. We're probably going to go on a brutal L stretch now. Just further proof that this simulation engine is off of its rocker. The Detroit Red Wings have canned Todd McClellan. If we were like somewhat competitive, I would consider it, but we are buns. The Islanders, the Red Wings, they stink. They're making it real hard for us to finish dead last. And so are all of these wins. What are we doing? Clause protected, Barbashev, and Ekblad, and Tuck. And Wallman. I'm also curious to see what our stats are going to be like. Did the goalies get peppered and they're actually going to have decent numbers? Or are they just letting in every other shot? Because again, our decor wasn't that bad, really. We are definitely not finishing last. In fact, we are somehow, some way in the mix. Like if we won every game there was possibly a chance. Which is outrageous. Our division is clearly awful. Well, that misery's over. Let's simulate up to the Stanley Cup Finals, see who's in it. I had to at least try the draft, you know? Like, what if it did work out? You never know. You never know. Oh, my bad. I accidentally simulated right into the Stanley Cup Finals. So it is the Ducks and the Panthers. I'm going to stop right there because I want to be able to view the lines, which you can't do after the season finishes. I don't know why. We did not stand a chance. Toronto really pulled away there, but we finished 5th in the division, which is actually very impressive. The Dallas Stars win the President's Trophy. Let's scroll down here and see where we finished in the entire league. It's pretty low. Yeah, 26th. So again, our division, terrible. Hey, yo! Where did that come from? Dylan Genther, 98 points and 42 goals. All right, let's go, lad. Maxime had 70. Freddie Gaudreau had 66 somehow. Jake Evans clearly didn't belong on the first line, but he was the best fit for it. Cam York had 49 points. Brock Faber, 45. He is still 87. To be fair, I'm impressed that he had above a 900 save percentage. So good for you, Joey. Jake Allen couldn't cut it. What am I looking at? What is that? 956 through 67 games played. I have never seen anything like that. A 138 GAA. We have to look at this team. I must know what Pittsburgh did. Terrible season for defensemen. Cale Makar was your leader, but he had 76 points. Quinn Hughes had 75. EK 65 with 72. Jack Hughes is going to be the Art Ross winner with 109. He had 45 tucks. It looks like Crosby tied him there, but Matthews will most likely be the Rocket Richard winner with 60. Corey Perry, the most penalized player this season. He had 161. What's his overall? He's still 80? Okay, decent. The President's Trophy winning stars have Marchand, Hintz, and Nylander. That's a really... wow, their top 6 is unbelievable. Actually, their depth is insane too. Lee Stahl and Vitrano for their third line, and then their fourth line's no joke. They're not outstanding on defense, but they've got Jacob here, who is a certified stud. Who let them draft this team? How did they pull that off? Here's the Pittsburgh Penguins, and things are not adding up. Nope. Defensively, they got Sergachev and Sealer, Moser, Provorov. Why is Brandt Clark on the third pair? Why? Freddie Anderson with the best goaltender season of all time. There's no way someone's done better than that. Anaheim on the brink of sweeping in the Stanley Cup final. They got Ovi, Draisaitl, and Suzuki, Meyer, Kadri, Drouin. It's a pretty good team here. Eberle, who I normally have on the second line, they got on the third. Defensively, decent. Can get the job done, I guess. Definitely stronger on the left side. And tending the goal, they've got Bobrovsky. The Florida Panthers. Buchnevich playing with Miller and Lafreniere. Interesting first line. Very interesting second line. How did these guys... Hey, Danforth, depth goal scoring, I'm telling you. I'm not seeing it. I don't know how this team made it to the Stanley Cup final. I guess their defense is sick. Eric Johnson does not belong on the second pair, but hey, it worked for you. And tending the goal, they've got Sorokin. All right. Will they pull off the sweep? Let's find out right now. No. Florida coming back with a big W. Okay, well, gentlemen sweep. And then in the playoffs, Freddie Anderson had an 875 through 6 games played. Bobro, 914. Decent. Sorokin, sub 900, but his team made it to the Stanley Cup final, so who cares? What does the Fox say was insane for the Jackets? He had 19 points in just 13 games. He led defensemen far and away, especially considering how many games he played. And your Conn Smythe winner is going to be Kadri. Good for you. Kucherov was phenomenal. 17 games played, 25 points. Malkin was really good, so was Seb and DeBrincat. Art Ross goes to Jack Hughes. As we saw, he also gets the Hart, so the combo's intact. Norris to Hedman. Jack Hughes also acquires himself the Lady Bing. Celebrini awarded the Calder. Kadri with the Conn Smythe, we knew that. Hellebuck gets the Vezina. Sorokin, however, awarded the Jennings. Wait. How was it not Freddie? Pellick with the Bill Masterton. Domi gets the Jack Adams. What's going on with coaches right now? Sid the Kid, Selke, of course, Matthews, and Matthews.
Crushed it.
I have to look again. Like, was that a display bug? Because he didn't win the trophy. I do not know what's going on here. Here's your playoff tree. Again, obviously, that draft was not anticipated to be good, but maybe it was entertaining for you at least. We got to see a really interesting team put together on that ice, and somehow we finished 5th in our division, but that was due in part to our division sucking. Anyway, if you have draft ideas, let me know down below in the comments, and while you're down there, you might as well sub. You know, you're already there.